to our Lights of Love online service. I know so many of you have had difficult years, which the pandemic has made in many ways even harder. This has also been the case at Great Oaks, and the pandemic has impacted us in many ways. But I'm really proud to be able to say that we have been able to continue our services where we can, with both hospice at home and outreach running non-stop, and we have been able to take many of our other services, like complementary therapies and family support, online and telephone, and therefore keep them running. Keeping as many of our services running has been really important for both the team here, who all care so much, as well as our so very important patients, carers, families and friends, and of course yourselves. I appreciate that this service will be very personal for each and every one of you. And I would like to thank Laura, our Head of Family Support, for all the care and thought she has put into this service, and the ones being held at the hospice this Sunday, December the 12th. Please visit our website for further details and the ability to register if you would like to attend one of those gatherings. We are, I'm afraid, limited with numbers, but we are laying on 2 gatherings to help accommodate the demand. We will be having a minute's silence during this service, where we can all take the opportunity to light our own candle of love. Please have your candle of love ready. If you want to get it ready now, we have a few minutes before we will be getting to that part of the service. Please take every care when using your candle. We also have these beautiful remembrance bags available in our shops and at the hospice. They have all been handmade, and I genuinely think these are just amazing, by members of the team and our ever so important volunteers. Inside each bag, you will find a candle and a lovely acorn and tag, and you can use the tag for writing your own very special message. And then these can be hung either on the tree at the hospice or somewhere where you would like to hang them yourself. We hope you enjoy the wonderful service this evening. We have Maggie Clutterbuck, a local poet, with her poem Christmas Nativity, from her new book, Jackdaw Summer.
Christmas Nativity. A hard time they had of it that Christmas. Cold seeped into the room from open doors. The innkeeper's wife wept all the way through her chores after the excitement of late arriving relatives. She fluffed her lines as Joseph stood side by side with Mary to ask if there was room at the inn. I hadn't noticed, but rumour was she forgot the most important words of all. There is no room. You can try the stable. Costumes rich in colour, homemade, wired wings or cardboard adorned each Gabriel. Hordes of little girls tripping the boards, except for 2 small boys from reception who were the authentic male angels instead. The shepherds wore tea-towels on their head, strips of material holding them on. 5 donkeys brayed, 6 pigs snorted, 2 cows lowed as the cast sang songs into the crowd. The blonde narrator fidgeted throughout, anxious for Jesus to be born and the end nigh. A lot to ask an energetic small boy. He enunciated each word in a voice like a bird, high-pitched and important, taking with him every person in that room out to the night sky, out where the wind whined across the Holy Land and where the stars shone bright to guide strangers to the baby in his manger. The ending was uncertain, with no curtain to point the way. Applause built, people on their feet, the play complete, performance fears over, and the innkeeper's wife beamed through her tears.
We have Dick Bryce, a local musician, with his wonderful song, Land Between Two Rivers.
There's a land between 2 rivers, where the Severn meets the sea, and the silver wire runs laughing on her journey to be free of the cliffs that hold her close from Coppin Hill to Beachley Quay. That's the place where I belong, where I long to be. There's a land between 2 peoples, where the morning air's like wine, and the hands that reach in friendship, they're the blue scars of the mind, where the tongues sound rough to strangers' ears, and the words they speak are kind. That's the place where I belong, the place for me and mine. There's a land between 2 nations, where the Severn meets the Wye, and 100,000 treetops reach their branches to the sky. You can lie and watch the salmon swim by cliffs where falcons fly. That's the land where I was born, where I wish to die. There's a land between 2 rivers, where the Severn meets the sea, and the silver wire runs laughing on her journey to be free of the cliffs that hold her close from Coppin Hill I belong, where I long to be.
We have Kathy Wild, one of our wonderful volunteers, who works both at the hospice in reception, but also in our shops. And Kathy will be reading from Jonathan Stebble's book of poems, No Shore, Too Far, which he wrote after the death of his wife, Jackie, who sadly died from cancer. During his varied career, Jonathan has been a BBC broadcaster, a documentary maker, and now an author.
A bigger picture. She said to me, this brave and thoughtful soul I so admire and love, why all this talk of angels and the like? There's so much more beauty. There's so much goodness here on earth. Why should we look elsewhere? And she was right. A world sublime and wise beyond belief. Indeed, right here at every turn and in our daily lives. And yet, like so much else, we witness hour by hour the wind, our thoughts, the life that calls forth flowers from tiny seeds we cannot always see with eyes that we have to close at night. Miracles abound, both seen and unseen, day in, day out. And here in the now, so too the angels and the gods, of whom I sometimes speak, are not for me far out in space or in another world, but working in our daily lives to help us out of bed and out into the rain, and to help us take the next step and the next. And now she too is nowhere to be seen. My dear, my precious friend, my wife, and yet she lives. Of that I feel so sure, closer perhaps than when we still held hands or disagreed about the meaning of it all, together still, united in our search for what I sometimes call a bigger picture, a journey and a quest that maybe never ends.
We have Laura Baker, our family support lead, talking about the importance of remembering loved ones at Christmas.
Christmas Christmas is often a time spent with loved ones. For those of us who've had loved ones who have died, it can be a difficult and painful time. Whether it is the first Christmas or many past, it can be a reminder that a special person is no longer with us. Christmas decorations, a pile of presents, singing carols, it can all seem meaningless when a special person is missing from the scene. Some people find that they do not wish to celebrate Christmas at all, and that's okay. If you're struggling with the loss of a loved one this festive season, know that you are not alone. Tonight, we come together, we light a candle, and we take a moment to remember them and support each other. If you're struggling with the loss of a loved one, reach out. It's okay to ask for help. Talk to family, talk to friends, neighbours or work colleagues. If they don't know how you are feeling, how can they support you? If you're struggling with the loss of a loved one this Christmas, know that we are here to support you. Do get in contact with us. You are not alone. Maybe you know someone who has been bereaved. Ask them how they are. Ask them how you can help or support them. Often people worry that they will upset the other person, but this is not the case. Acknowledging their grief and their loved one shows that you care and it will mean so much to them. Planning how Christmas is going to be for you in advance can be really helpful. Think about what might work best for you and friends and family. Remember, we do not all grieve in the same way, and people may want to remember the person or celebrate Christmas in different ways. It may be that you choose not to celebrate Christmas at all, or that you want to be alone this year, and again, that's okay. You might agree to give each other space or time out if it's needed. Communication is the key to letting those around you know what is important for you and how you want to remember a loved one this Christmas. There's no right or wrong way to remember a loved one. It's really about finding what's meaningful for you. We know that facing Christmas alone or whilst grieving can be a daunting prospect. So it's really important that you look after yourself. We can be tempted to drink more during the festive period. Many people use alcohol to escape the pain of a loss. But we know that this only provides temporary relief. So do monitor your alcohol consumption and do remember that self-care and looking after yourself is really, really important. Christmas may mean that your normal routine is disrupted and that it can make it easy to forget to look after yourself. So keeping to regular patterns of sleeping and eating are small things that really can make a big difference. Fresh air can be really helpful. If you're finding things difficult or you need time out, maybe take a walk and connect with nature. It's so important that we ground ourselves, and connecting with nature is a really great way to do this. It can be easy to feel guilty about moments of happiness during the festive period, but it's important to know that it's okay to feel happy and your loved one would want this for you. Christmas can be a difficult time for many. However, it can also be a time when we remember and celebrate our loved ones and how much they meant to us. There are many ways that we can remember and celebrate our loved ones at Christmas. You may decide to continue with past traditions, or it may be that you decide to start new ones. Sometimes people like to visit the person's grave where their ashes are scattered, or a place that was special to them or the deceased. Some people take flowers or a wreath and spend time talking to the person about how their year has been and their plans for the new year. You may want to hang a Christmas stocking or Christmas decoration. This could be something that you make yourself. It could represent something that was really special to them, perhaps their favourite colour or favourite football team. Should you wish to write a message to your loved one, do remember that we have our remembrance bags available, and these have an acorn tag that you can write that message on. You may want to hang this on your Christmas tree at home, or you may want to hang it on our Christmas tree at the hospice. Do get in contact if you would like one of our remembrance bags. Some people like to set a place for the person at the Christmas dining table. This can be an opportunity to talk to our loved one. It can also be an opportunity to start discussions with those at the dining table, sharing memories of the person. After the loss of a loved one, it can be hard to part with their belongings. However, Christmas can be an opportunity to maybe wrap up some of their things and give them to friends and family who will really cherish them. You may want to plant a tree in memory, or buy a gift that your loved one would have liked and give it to someone else as a gift, or maybe give it to charity. Some people also like to make a donation this time of year. If you'd like to do this, we have set up a Just Giving page. Please see our Lights of Love webpage for more details about doing that. You might want to watch their favourite Christmas film, or make their favourite Christmas food, or listen to their favourite Christmas song. These are just some ideas. There are, of course, lots of ways that we can remember a loved one at Christmas. So whatever you decide to do this year, remember, there's no right or wrong way. It is all about communication and finding what is meaningful to you. Marmalade. When white, not orange, cold, not heat, reminded us our friend, the sun, was very far away. You, carer of the four of us, took down your cauldron from the shelf and chopped up fruit, which boiled and filled the house with steam. And so our treat for months to come would slowly fill up jars, and breakfasts were a daily feast, reminding us at start of day of Spanish warmth and English frost, and all those hours toiled. Now all is quiet, but nothing lost. I live both now and then. Your skills I miss, but what remains so links me still to winter days when you brought a warmth to our lives in many different ways. But now there's only one jar left, and that I'll have to keep. And stored up there is treasure rare, which helps me not to weep.
And next we have Emma Hatton, a well-known West End star who is very kindly performing a beautiful song for us.
Hello, my name is Emma Hatton and I grew up in Colford and have been aware of the wonderful work that the Great Oaks Hospice have been doing for many, many years. And I was very privileged to go and visit Great Oaks a few years ago and sing some carols and see the fantastic work firsthand that has been done at the hospice. So I wanted to record a Christmas song for you for this remembrance service. So I hope that you enjoy it. I really hope that you enjoyed that song. I chose that song because coming home for Christmas for me is the thing that makes Christmas so, so special, particularly after the 18 months that we've had being around our loved ones and being part of a close, supportive community is so, so important. And I know that that is something that Great Oaks Hospice really does provide. So I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and take care of yourselves. And to the Great Oaks Hospice, keep up the incredible work that you are doing. I'm so, so proud to be associated with you. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Lots of love.
Leading us in the lighting of the candle and our minute's silence, so as to allow us all to take a moment to remember our loved ones. We have two of our dedicated healthcare assistants from our Hospice at Home team, who you may recognise from being out in the community, Debbie Baldwin and Jodie Griffin. Thank you for joining us this evening. On behalf of everyone at Great Oaks, may I pass on our Christmas best wishes to you all.